Hello and welcome back to the Leinster Listen. I'm your host Mick Lennon and this is episode 43, the preview of Leinster versus Benetton in round 16 of the URC. The topics we'll discuss today are the URC Game Predictions, the details of our game, the team lineups, and then a score and man of the match prediction. Alright, first and foremost, folks, I just have to explain why I actually missed the last two episodes, the preview and the review of the Ulster game, and hopefully it's a good enough excuse for you, but I actually welcomed our firstborn son, our firstborn child, full stop, but a son there last week, so I think that was probably a good enough excuse not to do an episode for the podcast, but look, from here on out, I'll try and make sure I don't miss any more. But anyway, without further ado, let's go into the games of this round of 16 in the URC, which is actually the third last round before the knockout stages, before the quarterfinals. So, before the round of 8, actually, should I say. So, let's go through them. So, Cardiff versus Ospreys. Yeah, I think Cardiff would probably win that one. Ospreys actually probably weren't looking too bad. Probably like the last few games. I just don't think they'll pip it over Cardiff. Next up, we've Edinburgh versus Sharks, and yeah, look, Sharks are going to want that win. Obviously, very much so after last week. Zebra versus Dragons there as well. I do think Dragons will win that. They've just been on form, and Zebra just really haven't. Next up, and this is a very interesting one. I think we all want this to go a certain way, but it's Stormers versus Glasgow. And look, it's in South Africa. I do really hope Stormers win it. I think it'll be a good game at the very least. But we actually do need Stormers to win, and ideally they'd win without a bonus point, so that'd be fantastic. If they do so and actually deny Glasgow Warriors getting even a losing bonus point, we will actually top the table if we get a bonus point win as well. So yeah, that would be a fantastic way to end round 16 of the URC. Anyway, going on from that, we have Lions versus Connacht, and that again is in Ellis Park. So yeah, very tough one there for Connacht. A fantastic win for them there last week. Hopefully they keep it going. I'd love to see them in the final 8. Any more Irish provinces in that final 8 is always a welcoming thing. Next up, and another flurry of Irish provinces, the rest of them, mind you, Munster versus Ulster, and this is going to be a fantastic clash. I think it's going to be a small margins game, and I just think Munster are going to win it, and it's probably down to Ulster just suffering, very unfortunately, an awful lot of injuries. They've just huge injury woes there coming on. Pretty much every week they're losing someone, so awful for them. But look, they were also on a very good streak, so it'd be great to see maybe even a draw. I'll take a draw. I don't know, whatever makes sense. They're Ulster in 5th, Munster in 6th. So, but that table that's very tight. Anyway, going on from that. Next up we've Scarlets versus Bulls, and I think Bulls definitely win that one. There's no contention there. And then last but not least, the prime game, as we would say, Benetton versus Leinster, and I think we all know who I'm going to say there is Leinster. So the details of our game there, kickoff is at 7:45 Irish time. That's tomorrow, Saturday, 25th of April. The weather in Treviso is looking class, lads. Now, mind you, it's looking very nice outside here as well, but it's 23 degrees and sun all day in northern Italy there in Treviso. It's in Stade Comana de Meningo in Treviso. Obviously, the referee there is Moran Ferreira, and it's a South African referee, very experienced in URC. It's 23rd league game this season. No notable craziness coming out of him, so that's what you want. I want to see that, and look, I think that referee let a physical game go, and that's what you want to see. You want to see the game flow, so I have no complaints there. Where you can watch it, obviously in Stadio de Meningo, if you're making the trip, that is. If you are attending in Treviso, and actually just on that, and you are listening to this podcast, obviously, firstly, thanks, you're a legend. Secondly, I'm very jealous. But most importantly, there'll be no public transport options back to the city after the game is finished, and it's a 45-minute walk. So unless you have a few cans for the road back for that walk, I would probably try and figure out your transport back to your hotel or the city. That was actually confirmed by the official Leinster Supporters Club. And look, if you need any help, do reach out to them. I'm sure they will have options there. Alternatively, if you're not sunning and beering it up in lovely Northern Italy, you can watch it on TG Cahir, Premier Sports 1 or URC TV. Alright, let's go into the lineups here. So in Leinster, in the backs, number 15, Kieran Frawley, number 14, Tommy O'Brien, 13, Raiko Owane, 12, Jamie Osborne, 11, Jimmy O'Brien, 10, Harry Byrne, 9, Jemison Gibson Park. Moving into the forwards area, 1, Ed Byrne, 2, Dan Sheehan, 3, Tadhg Furlong, 4, Conor Tierney, 5, Brian Deeney, 6, Jack Conan, 7, Josh van der Fleer, and last but not least, our captain as well, number 8, Caelan Doris. The replacements there are number 16, Gus McCarthy, 17, Jerry Carr, 18, Thomas Clarkson, 19, Alex Soroka, 20, Scott Penny, 21, Fintan Gunn, 22, Sam Prendergast, and 23, Tector Time, Charlie Tector. The Benetton lineup there in the backs: 15, Matt Gallagher, 14, Ignacio Mendy, 13, Tommaso Monticello, 12, Malaki Fekitoa, 11, Paolo Odogu, 10, Jacob Umaga, 9, Alessandro Garbisi. Into the forward areas: number 1, Destiny Aminu, 2, Battista Bernasconi, 3, Tiziano Pasquali, 4, Giulio Marini, 5, Riccardo Favretto, 6, Manuel Zuliani, number 7, and their captain, Michele Lamaro, and number 8, Lorenzo Canone. Into the replacements area: number 16, Nicholas Gasparini, 17, Ivan Neymer, 18, Marcus Gallerini, 19, Nicola Canone, 20, So Otalo Fa'aso, 21, Ellie Snyman, 22, Andy Uren, and 23, Leonardo Marin. Obviously, straight away there, I am very sorry for butchering most of those surnames. If you're listening, again, you're a legend. But I am sorry. I'll try. How would you even fix that for yourself? I'll look them up. Someone's saying them. But anyway, let's go on. Bench splits there. Leinster are opting for a 5-3 split. I think it's the right option. Obviously, Benetton they're also opting for a 5-3 split. So that's saying something. Who to watch for Leinster? Yeah, Caelan Doris. Look, he's back as captain after being assessed this week. He's playing. He's the heartbeat of the team. Huge carrier. Huge jackler. You know, the organisation he has there is fantastic as well. So look, we'll be looking forward to seeing him again. Obviously, Tommy O'Brien there as well, class act. He's going to split that Benetton defence in two, 100%. Nice to see Jimmy O'Brien there on the other wing as well. But also notably there, Raiko Wane being put back to 13, and I thought he was actually doing fairly well in that winger position. Now, I suppose in saying that he wasn't very good in the air, but regardless, Tommy O'Brien I do think is going to shine in this game. And then last but not least for Leinster, we have Harry Byrne, and look, I think he's earned it. Although you say that, and that was a fantastic game by Sam Prendergast, obviously earned the man of the match there against Ulster. I think he changed his kicking tee and suddenly he became this fantastic 10. And that is obviously the talk of the town here. But look, great. I'm always going to have time for challenges on the fly half of the 10 jersey. So, but anyway, Harry gets the position here, and I do think he's going to be one to watch out for. He's obviously going to come off seeing that game from Sam Prendergast. He's going to want to show up. And, especially in these last few games, we've 3 games left before the quarterfinals. Or before the round of 8, and then realistically there he's going to want to manage that game very well. We need the points in this, so yeah, hoping for a fantastic game by Harry Byrne. Moving over there to Benetton, Michele Lamaro, look, he's a talisman. He is probably one of the best 7s in the URC, genuine threat at the breakdown there. He's just a fantastic player. Moving over here, Tommaso Monticello, very exciting back in Italian rugby. Like, he was just fantastic in the Six Nations. He's absolutely electric when he has open play, and he's just so dangerous. He is just so dangerous, and I think our defensive line will need to be super sharp around him. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure our scramble defense is going to work well with him. I think we have to just keep one player on him at all times because he is so fast and he's so dynamic with the ball. And then last but not least, Alessandro Garbisi. He has such control over the game. His pace is fantastic, and he just keeps that tempo going non-stop. So look, the fantastic team really coming out there from Benetton, and they really show it when they're at home. They've such a good track record in Treviso. So it's going to be a tough one. We do need the points. Really, realistically, we need to absolutely smash them. And they're in 13th. We're in 3rd. Realistically, we have, and the team we've put forward there is fantastic. If we struggle here, I would be a bit panic stations. Now, I know our bench there a little bit green, but still, we do have the capability there to absolutely smash these. And obviously, look, you're probably saying Ed Byrne there number 1. Yeah, but look, Porter obviously is not available. Ed Byrne's fairly good. Now, with the replacements you have there is fantastic as well. Like, they've all proven themselves over the time. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we have it in the bag. I think if we keep the composure, keep the discipline, tight, I'd say we have a fairly decent game. We should get it. I'm hoping obviously for a bonus point win there as well. We need to get as high up in that table as possible to land those home games if we can. Going into some of those previous games that we played against Benetton, we last played them in October 2024. We beat them Benetton 5, Leinster 35, and that was also in Stadio Meningo. And we've also won our last 6 meetings with them. So they found it very hard to ever beat us. I think we should continue that going with tomorrow as well. if I was to look at the bookies there, yeah, they have us a 10 to 11 on with a minus 11 points handicap. And I think that's actually pretty scary, considering I'm thinking we're probably going to smash these. I think we're going to go out there and make a holy show of them. And, despite the weather, you could probably say that we don't play well in the heat, but I think we'll have a great time. And you know what? If I was given a prediction there, I'm going to say 19 points 35 to Leinster, so a bonus point win. And man of the match here, I think it's going to be Tommy O'Brien. Alright folks, the Irish women are playing again this weekend. Tomorrow on Saturday, they're playing France in the Women's Six Nations, and that is in France as well. Get supporting them online, watch the game. It's at 8:10, and also get buying tickets in that Aviva Clash. They have sold 20,000 tickets for that record smashing game that's going to be played in the Aviva against Scotland. So look, if the weather keeps up like this, you're going to have a class day out. So get the tickets in, lads. Go and support the women in green. It's going to be fantastic. And all the best of them this weekend against France. Anyway, that's her, folks. If you haven't already, do please follow us on social media. And yeah, look, have a great time watching the game tomorrow. I'm going to go look after this son of mine and watch it with him on my lap. Probably burping him. So, yeah, no pints for me. Anyway, folks, as always, thanks for listening.